No, but I had this client, they're moving here right now. They just actually got here. He went into Chatty G and typed in like, you know, all these kind of factors that were important to them.
Yeah.
They said, where should we move? And Louisville came up as #1. They sold their house 3 weeks ago and they literally just got in Louisville. Wow. And so we're gonna be looking for a house for them.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Leap of faith there.
I know, totally. Hey friends, it's Laura Opry, local realtor here in Louisville, Kentucky, also known as Laura in Louisville. And this afternoon we had the great pleasure of talking with one of our local hotspots in the Douglas Loop community, just around the corner from my office. So of course it holds a special place in my heart. VINES, which is a little wine shop right in the Douglas Loop community. And they had some really cool spaces. That was a pleasant surprise because I had not been in there in a little bit of time. And I think you're gonna really enjoy checking them out. So take a look at the video and let me know what you think.
My name is John Ridgel. I'm one of the owners of VINES. I own it with Beth and JD Malcolm. Beth and JD have been coming here for years. They just reached out. They knew I was retired and didn't have anything better to do. And so it had been here about a decade, and the last owners were just kind of ready for a change. They were going to close it down, and we just kind of hated for another place to close down at Douglas Loop. And Beth and JD came up here all the time, and they thought it was a great place, and I concurred. And so the only one left is Rob, who's the manager. He does all the purchasing. He knows wine. He's been doing this stuff for 30 years. And then we have Mark also, who works part-time, and Mark was in the wine business in France and brought stuff over here.
Oh, okay.
So we have a lot of knowledge here. We really try to keep it local. We have a lot of things like book clubs and bridal showers. We can rent the whole place out. So this is obviously the main retail shop. It has some, you know, a few little seating areas.
Now remind me, you're mostly open just in the evening, afternoons, like 4 to...
4 to 10 or 11.
Days.
And then on Saturdays, because of the farmer's market next door, we open up at 10 a.m. We started doing that just to kind of mirror them and bring in extra business, and it's worked. So,
and you don't have to buy just the bottle. Like you could buy like a bottle of wine or glass or whatever.
It's very unique. You can buy your bottle. You can buy a bottle here, and we charge a corkage fee to open it. You can sit here and drink it, and it'll save you money versus if you're just buying a glass.
Buy the glass.
So it's kind of a unique setup that way. We do special orders. If you say I need a case of this particular wine from California, we can order it.
Oh, you can order
that.
Okay.
But it's a really unique space, and please bring your animal up here. We put out dog treats and stuff like that, and
you kind of feel like you have to in Highlands.
Yeah, Humane Society and the Aero Fund, 2 big dog rescue things. They're having events here later this year.
That's great.
Yeah. Okay. This is, you know, the bar where the wine's poured. Some more seating. These bigger seating areas, you know, last week there was 12 women in here for a book club, and they just pull up stools and wine's poured here. We make mixed drinks in the back.
Okay.
You know, and again, we've got silverware and plates and stuff like that if you do bring in a pizza or food or whatever you want to.
Yeah, and I see the racing flag, which I always love my women's sports.
Yeah.
And so you were saying they play the games up here.
We do. We're part of the pub partnership for that. And we've done some small remodeling. We painted the outside and the inside, just liven it up. I mean, it's been 10 years. The porch over here.
Let's see this.
Yeah, so this is just kind of, you know, it was a porch back, you know, decades ago.
Oh, yeah.
And so it was closed in, and we bought some new furniture and benches and these tables that adjust in height so you can put food in here. Or just if you want to have 20 people sit in here and, you know.
And it's full of corks.
It is.
I love that.
And maps, you know, regional maps for different wines around the country or the world. Yeah, this is inventory, and we make mixed drinks at this bar back here and everything. And so
it's bigger in here than you think.
It's about 1,200 square feet. We wish it was bigger, but it is what it is.
It's super cozy.
Yeah. This summer, I never drank Vino Verde, which is out of Portugal. It's a white wine, very light, crisp. It's got a little bit of carbonation to it, and the price point's $10 to $12.
Ooh.
And it's a good wine for summertime. You know, it's not as heavy as a Chardonnay.
And it was a surprise.
Yeah, I was never a big white wine drinker, and I just started drinking more of it this summer, and somebody said, "Hey, try this," and now I bet I've had more of that than anything. You know, I use Meiomi Pinot Noir as an example because it's in every restaurant you go to, and it's like very average.
Yes.
And Rob is good at finding a better wine than that for less money. You know, and it might be Old World from Europe or something like that. So I always tell people to come in here, talk to whoever's working, steer you in some direction one way or the other. And that's the good thing about the wine tastings is they come in here and it's usually about 3 hours long, 5 to 8 o'clock, and you get to sample, 3 or 4 wines each time, and it doesn't cost anything.
Yeah.
And then.
Now, how do you advertise all that stuff? Like when you do the wine tastings?
A lot of it's social media, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
JD
Just
does all of our
want to
social
look
media.
up and go, oh, it's Friday night or Thursday, what's going on? They can see it like on your else if you have social media or Facebook.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And JD's great at that. I mean, he puts up 3 or 4 posts a week and
great.
everything. So.
Wonderful.
I think what makes this place so unique is one, you've got several thousand people that live within a half-mile radius of here, and so it's walkable. Like when I work Saturday mornings, you'll see 20 or 30 dogs walk by in an hour, and people walking to the market, and really trying to piggyback on the community aspect of it and get people in here, and then they come in here and then they ask about events. So do you do special events? So I think that's probably what stands out to me the most, and it's surprising to me because I had not been here enough to really know that, and JD, Beth, and I really try to push the local aspect to it all, and try it out. Bring your book club in here, and see if it works. We have a wine club also. We've got about 30 or 40 people in our wine club that Rob picks out 2 wines every month.
And they come pick up those 2 bottles of wine.
Yeah, and it's automatic. It's billed. It's
like a subscription kind of thing, but it's
right.
local.
Yeah,
with that.
And we will deliver also within 5 miles. If you obviously not an hour's notice, but if you say, hey, I need a case of this, and when it comes in, we'll certainly drop it off for you.
Okay, that's great.
We will stay in business. We thought we'll give it a year. We'll see what happens, and we're doing great.
Doing great.
Yeah,
I love to hear that.
Yeah, it's really. You never know. You think is it going out of business for a reason? And I think the old ownership was really just they were ready for a change.
Yeah. Now, how long have you lived in the Highlands?
10 years. I've been in Louisville for 23 years.
Okay.
You just I was spending a lot of time at Cherokee Park, which I still do 4 or 5 days a week. Yeah.
Do you go on the trails or do anything?
Yeah, dogs and stuff like that. I've lived and traveled all over, and this is a world-class urban park. To be in the densest part of the city and have 400 acres, 100%. A block or 2 from your house is just
amazing.
Yeah,
I know. I mean, when I have people moving here, and even when I travel all the time, because I'm always looking for a park because I'm so spoiled.
Yeah.
Because we have this amazing park. I'm like, well, where's the really big park with all the trails that I can go and like get lost? And we are so fortunate to have not even just that park. I mean, you go all around
the whole
Louisville.
loop. Yeah.
I mean, there are incredible spaces in every part of town.
There is.
Which is really amazing.
To me, it's the single
really
best thing about Louisville.
Yeah.
The park system is, to me, the single best thing about Louisville.
Yeah.
What's neat about the Highlands is we have such a cross section of people that live here, and so there's events for everything. Whether you're young families, whether you do the walks. The Belknap Fest is next weekend. The restaurants, we go to Ceviche and Dragon King's Daughter all the time. Those are kind of our 2 staples. Yeah. That is truly, the cost of living and the amount of amenities that Louisville has to offer, the proximity, 20, 30 minutes, you're anywhere you want to be in this city.
Totally.
So it's, and again, the cost of living, $300,000-$400,000 houses, as you know, you're in one of the best neighborhoods in the city.
No, but I have this client, they're moving here right now. They just actually got here. He went into ChatGPT and typed in like all of his assets, how much money they have, what they want to do, where should they, all these kind of factors that were important to them.
Yep.
They said, where should we move? And Louisville came up as number 1. They sold their house 3 weeks ago, and they literally just got in Louisville. Wow. And so we're going to be looking for a house for them.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Leap of faith there.
I know, totally. Yeah, I know. I feel like that is one of the things as I've lived here longer, in like an area like the Highlands. And I've only lived in the Highlands as long as I've lived in Louisville. I moved in here in 2004. I remember my kids, she's like, Mom, whenever I go to the grocery store, she's like, we're gonna run into like 15 people, and you're gonna talk to everybody. And I was like, but that is community, right? It's not a neighborhood where there's a sign in the front of the neighborhood where you drive in and all the houses look the same, but when you're walking down the street, you're gonna run into somebody that or you go into the grocery store and you run into 15, 10 other people. To me, that is just such a beautiful thing about the community, is that that is our neighborhood, right? And it expands, and I just think that's what's so special about it.
And the Highlands has, a dozen different little neighborhoods within it. I live in Bonnie Castle, and how many people we know just up and down our street, and we see them at the park, every day, and so it's a great community. And And then people find out that I bought into this place. Oh my God, I want to meet
They
you
want
up
to
there.
support you,
Yeah, well, I
they
don't want to
wanna
be an
help you.
alcoholic, but
Yeah.
yeah.
We're glad that you jumped in on the venture to keep it going alive, and we hope to be able to continue to support you guys.
Yeah, well, that's great. Come
Yep.
over and let me buy y'all a drink, and
Yeah.
just seriously text
We'll
me.
take you up on it.
Yeah.
It's almost Friday. Thanks so much for watching. If you ever want to grab a glass of wine and talk real estate, I would love to meet you up there.